Swadika, welcome to Voice of the Nation. You're with me, Nina Nirasha Malisaklami. And for today, we are going to discuss something quite light but quite sensational and inspiring as well. As for us Thai people, we are so proud. As few days ago, Thailand pressed its pride on an international stage again with Thai singer and rising star Lisa, or better known as Lalisa Manoban, or better known as the K-pop sensation member Lisa BlackPink. She was the only one in the band won the MTV Video Music Award for her first solo debut single, Lalisa, released on YouTube in September last year. And the video became the most viewed solo artist video in a single day in YouTube history with 73.6 million views in the first 24 hours of its release. And also it got the 6th most view in 24 hours of any video, beaten only by 3 videos by K-pop superstar BTS and 2 by Lisa's band BlackPink. So it is undeniable that we will continue to see Lisa keep on rising her soft power, with also, of course, Thailand tagging along as whatever she touched and posts that things become trendy and valuable. So today, let's discuss more about this subject with Associate Professor Komtham Damrong Charoen from Faculty of Music, Silpakorn University for an entertaining chat on Lisa, BlackPink, and the band's future. Please welcome ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Very well.
First of all, welcome to Voice of the Nations. And of course, today we're going to talk about BlackPink and Lisa, who actually has recently won the award. What was your first feeling when you actually heard this news?
I was happy, of course, a bit surprised, and then I start to going on internet to look for some more information, what critics say, because one of the important subject that I teach is a semiotic analysis. So we just look what people think, what trigger in people's minds after all of this pop phenomena. Yes.
So you use that in your curriculum as well?
Yes, we do a lot of pop analysis that is not only about the music, it's also music video, the social factors that inspire things and stuff. Yeah, but mainly focusing on the music.
So since today we're going to talk about Lisa, let's talk about her first. So our girl Lisa, Lalisa Manoban, she's a girl from Buriram province who had big dreams of becoming a singer, and that boom, one day, this young talented performer, she awoke to see her dreams come true, and she keeps making waves on the music scene, representing Thailand wherever she goes and in whatever she does. But as we know, before, tasting the fame, she had to fly to Korea to pursue her dreams. Do you think that wouldn't be better for our own country, Thailand, to focus more on producing international quality artists here, like, our world-renowned cuisine?
Yes. It's something strange and funny because whatever government touch, not only in Thailand but other countries, that thing become a little bit problematic. And for example, cuisine, I totally agree that Thai got the best food, but I strongly hope that government won't interfere with Thai cuisine, because street food is the nicest thing. When government start to regulate street food, everything turns a little bit sour. So maybe this kind of community-based or self-fund is the best solution for Thailand to manage the soft power. Yeah.
Yes, but I think our music industry, maybe we should pay more attention or concentrate more producing international quality artists, because as a Thai, and Thailand has a lot of things to offer, and also Thai people are also talented, but their talent is hidden, and we need more support on this.
If we talk about quality, because this will come to Lisa and BlackPink after. We talk about quality. Thailand had a really good quality music production in general, like a lot of production house for adverts, international adverts, are producing here in Thailand. Even the headquarters in Singapore, but we are very, very good producers. We've got so many talented people who work in the industry. Just we are not in the mainstream, yes. But if we talk about quality, I assure you that Thailand it's really good. It's a very, very like on the top really for the music production. Yep. Let's say sound production.
So to you, what is so special and charming about Lisa, especially, as she went on to beat famous K-pop boy band like BTS for Best K-pop MTV Award?
Let's put aside who beat who first, because it's quite a lot of factors that interplay how Lisa come on the top of the award. But as herself, I think it's a very important persona, because she's such a big inspiration for young ladies, and it's not only Thai ladies that got inspired by her. I mean, ladies all around the world got
around the world,
by
yes.
Her. Yes. So I think the inspiration is the best quality of Lisa. Yep.
What do you see in her? Because I mean, everyone can be a pop star, everyone can be a superstar, but to be such a talented and inspiring like her, she's so charming, yet she has something.
I think her organization that we have to talk about, her label made a very good job. Yes. And she did a hard work. That's pretty certain. So, I mean, at the end, are there anything special? I can't really say that what is special in her. I am not sure, but everything just interplay. The label, the trend, the policy of the country itself, everything just, they have, as we say, they got stronger gunpowder to shoot out a bullet up to the air.
So everything matters.
Yes.
And all together make it perfect.
Yes.
So
at the right moment also.
At the right moment also.
Yes.
But let's talk about BlackPink. So BlackPink has been seeing a rapid rise to global K-pop superstar, with even the Recording Academy naming it like the biggest or most popular girl group in the world. So what are your views on this? How would you compare BlackPink also to the once biggest girl band of the past, like the Spice Girl, for example?
I think first of all, the problem is how do we find the biggest, the word big or biggest? So it's so many ways to define the word biggest. It's a very subjective word. So I leave that to the critique to be the person to explain how they define. But we need to be very cautious that BlackPink nowadays, and if we talk, for example, compare with Spice Girl, they play on completely different platforms. Spice Girl was under a massive label, and all the medias were controlled by just a small group of people. But nowadays, the media is community-based, it's controlled by the fan base and what algorithm they ever put on. Okay, there might be some promotional money that need to throw in for the channel, but that for BlackPink, I don't think that play a massive role. So BlackPink themselves really have some quality that we can say that, okay, if we let's put like this, we put Spice Girl now in this year 2022 and put BlackPink, I still think that BlackPink will massively beat Spice Girl. But what it's important that I want to underline is but Spice Girl come out with some statement that is very important, because all of them are girls and they are pretty like rebel in a way. Yes, and they make quite a strong statement about girls can be rebel. When BlackPink, in that perspective, I don't really see BlackPink make any statement. I think at the end with MTV Award, it's more like MTV themselves made a statement by putting BlackPink or Lisa on the throne, on the podium.
So, so basically, from what you mean is, if I'm not wrong, the Spice Girls have their unique identity, and they
Yes.
come out as a rebel girls, portraying those image for whatever that era would like it
Yes.
to be, and
Yes.
maybe what the society would like to see something
Yes.
a little bit of change. But in terms of BlackPink, it's a girl band group that get together, are successful, pursuing their dreams, working hard, and actually target the right target
Yes,
group.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Another person that I would like to underline, another girl group that is not really in the mainstream, it's that I really want to underline is Voice of Baseport that just played concert a couple of days ago here in Thailand. That is a massive statement. It's 3 girls, Indonesian from a strict Muslims community wearing jihad and play heavy metal. That is a statement. That we call a statement. When Spice Girl, okay, maybe it's more soft, maybe it's a bit softer, but it's still a statement. Or Lady Gaga talk about LGBT really through her song, through her music video. That's a statement. But to be frank, I can't see any clear statement in BlackPink yet. So if we talk about big as a group that made a statement, I am not convinced with the word biggest. But if we talk about successful, talking about the view on the YouTube, talk about the fan base, how they occupy the platform, I think they are far bigger than any girl group that I knew.
Maybe it's because like nowadays people like, like we have social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok right now, right? People like to post something quick and funny, and like catchy dances, catchy dance movements, and maybe it's something like actually targeting this type of audience as well, and also the beat, the music beat. Do you think that is also a catchy for for this new generations, or for even us to, like, when you listen, like, let's kill this love?
Yes. Yeah, it's that's a good thing to look, because the critique themselves, when they try to flip through the critique, they divide it in very two big camp. When they list the worst and the best of MTV this year, BlackPink fall in both the worst and the best, depend on which critique talk. And when BlackPink fall into the worst, according to the critique, they talk about the quality. Yes, I mean, sadly, they talk about quality. They say the quality of singing on stage is not there, the dance is not there really. But when the critic, they say that it's the best, they talk about energy. They say that all these girls like throw everything, like give more than 100% to the audience and really light up the whole ambience. So I think, yeah, if we look at the perspective of quality, and we just say, let's say the critics were right. So I think there are many more bands that have better quality than BlackPink. But if you talk about energy or inspiration, it's very difficult to beat.
Image.
Yes.
It's good.
It's good. Yes.
It's good. The whole image is good. But
Yes, very inspirational. Yeah.
So according to you, what you just said right now, so the whole image is good. It's very inspirational, very catchy, and maybe please the audience and viewers. So I would like to ask you, do you think that media also has played the biggest role, making them like inspirational idols? Or do you think media is actually overly publicizing such news just to get more viewers and readers?
I think media doesn't play as a big role as the success of BlackPink themselves, because BlackPink, K-pop and YouTube is a very good evidence that they are a very strong community base. They got a very, very strong fan base, and fan are loyalty to them, and the fan play a very big role to push them up. So as main media, I don't think they did a big job to make BlackPink successful. I really give the credit for the fans and BlackPink themselves. Yes.
And also like the company.
Yes, the label, definitely.
The label, the house.
Yes.
That actually makes everything comes out so perfect. But
yes,
according to you, now we're talking about a whole BlackPink, the whole girl band. As we've seen from the history, like, do you think that will BlackPink go the same way as other bands with standout members continuing to rise in popularity while the band itself and other members fade into the shadows?
I don't think so, except if it's the decision of the label themselves, because talk about K-pop in general, all the artists are pretty much in some sort of format. So they, okay, don't know if it's good to say this or not, but I think the artists under the K-pop label or brand, they don't really have that ego in a way. So the possibility that they will split or disband is really unlikely, except if the decision of the label. But what we saw in Art Band, like recently Little Mix, that is an English group with 4 girls, they decide to split because of their own reason of the singer themselves. They have reason to split. Or One Direction, that I would say is the biggest boy band.
Yes.
Yes, they all of them decided to make their own music that they love to do. So they have quite an ego in themselves. They group as a boy band with some format that was posed by the label, but at the end, as the artists themselves, they're ready. They can go by themselves. That I don't see this kind of personality of each girl themselves more than the personality that the label give to them. Does it make sense? Yeah, so I don't think that in the near future they will disband. And if the disband happen, I don't think it would be the artistic or aesthetic choice. It would be more like family personality or the label. Yeah, I look more at the label criteria if they would disband or make a solo album.
Okay, as a music analyst, how long do you think that the pop music will actually stay in the music industry? Let's say, like, when someone say rock music never die, what about pop music?
Pop, it's very difficult to define pop, because at one time, like 30 years ago, rock was a sort of pop. For example, Bryan Adams or Bon Jovi, if you consider them as a rock band, they are very pop.
Yes.
So pop, when we define pop, we more define that is the music that is more in the mainstream more than is a genre of music. For example, David Guetta, who is electronic music, but he is pop to consider as pop because he was in the pop chart, he was playing on the radio. So if we redefine the pop, okay, they are popular firstly at this time, 2022, and K-pop, it's in trend. MTV even have a category called K-pop. Will K-pop stay long? I think they will stay very long. Yes, they got everything supporting them. Yeah, and the community base, it's phenomenal also. Yeah.
What about
we can see?
Yes.
Yep, please.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, when we look at, for example, house music or EDM that start to fade away, but they still got that community, just shrink down a bit, not a bit, a lot. Or metal, like Metallica, that recently tried to regroup them again because of the series Stranger Things played their music, so they gain a little bit more more of their fan, the community start to be a bit strong. So for people who listen to K-pop, I think they will still listen to K-pop for quite a long time. Yes, and it's, let's say that they are the first troupe that tried to conquer the world, the first East Asia or first Asia group that tried to conquer the world in a very pop way. Yes.
So can we say that each style of the music, each type of the music, but also has its own fan base?
Yes.
That's according to personal preference as well. So
yes.
So it's up to the audience.
Yes, the audience can change. That's the important thing that we need to know. That's why K-pop is the major pop, because a lot of youngster coming in and listen to K-pop. Now K-pop is big. Maybe in the future, a couple of these fans who switch off and go to another genre of music. So the K-pop might shrink a little bit and not turn to be like the pop. Yep.
How do you see the trends of music industry in the future? As we mentioned, as we talk about K-pop, we talk about, is this trend going down? How do you see the new trend in the future? As you mentioned, K-pop will still keep going according to its fan, and now it's probably the era of K-pop or pop music. Before it was, as you mentioned, EDMs. How do you see the trend right now in the future?
Good question. Let me think. So K-pop, I mean, if finally we define K-pop, we need to look what K-pop element is really. And I can't really find anything outstandingly apart from it's produced in Korea and the major of artists are Korean. That's why we call K-pop. But do they have the specific genre or not? It's very difficult to say. For example, BTS, the Permission to Dance song, it's very funky. So it's nothing K at all. With if we talk about BlackPink, it's completely different thing. And the latest single of BTS that they collaborate with Snoop Dogg doesn't feel K-pop as well. When BlackPink, the only thing that
they
really
collab with Selena Gomez as well.
Yes, and that song, Ice Cream, when I first heard, I didn't think it come from Korean either.
Right.
Yes, so it's very difficult to define what is K-pop, apart from we call it K-pop because it come from Korea and have Korean words and got Korean singer,
Korean artists. Well,
yes.
I still like the Ice Cream because like the beat, the sound is quite relaxing, it's catchy, you can listen anytime. So I think this is kind of their signature, like it's not too hard. It's okay. It's, you can listen. It's like keep
It's
going.
Because you like it. That's the point. Because you like it. Yeah. So when it's personal choice, it's subjective. There's something that we can qualify it with quantitative measurement or qualitative measurement. But when you talk about you like it, it's catchy.
I like
that
the
thing
beat.
is not qualitative or quantitative at all. It's very subjective.
But it doesn't mean that I don't like any other type of music. So don't get me wrong. But apart from this, do you think what is the next trend of music coming up? Like, let's say next year. Of course, K-pop will still stay, but is there any other type of music that is coming for next year? Or
very difficult. Something that is very in trend at the moment that I personally think it's about the political correctness, such as talking about LGBT and unicorn rainbows and stuff like that. So I still see pop being there, and then K-pop coming in already. It's another thing. Hip hop still there all the time, and hip hop, Dr. Drake. Snoop Dogg's, all that kind of stuff still there.
Haven't heard from Dr. Dre for so long.
Yeah. He need to do something.
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, for the trend, I think what you mean is just it's up to the artist as well, and it's up to the content and the beats and everything. Everything's
also up to the community. Also, I think great thing about internet is internet made the world as one. So it's not this country, that country anymore. You can see television series was dominated by white actors, actress at one moment, and now they start to talk about colorblind audition. Like no matter what, we will make audition by not caring what color of the skin is. So you can see European historical series, but you got a black person or an Asian person in it, that historically completely incorrect. But because the world become one, and yes, so they have to be there. So I think, but in the future, hopefully there will be other countries who pick up the Korean policy about the culture, the firework policy. I couldn't remember the Korean term, Hanyu or something like that, and try to launch their artists. Yes.
Well, since today we're talking about K-pop, BlackPink, and also Lalisa Manoban. Last question is, do you see Lisa, of course, as an idol and inspirations for young Thais who would like to pursue the same path? How do you see her? Like how your students see her as well? You know, when you go into the lecture class and talk about Lisa, how your students are?
It's a bit difficult how my students see it, and I better not to really review it, because at our faculty we study music as an academic and very hardcore subject. So as I told you, when critique talk about quality, they be at the bottom of the board really. So a lot of my students doesn't really appreciate K-pop that much, but as all around, I think Lisa will still stand there. She's a massive inspiration. A lot of young ladies will follow her path. He got a very clean sheet, never do anything out of order, like Mary Cyrus or Justin Bieber. So, and she stay as a very, very nice person. I think maybe it's from our culture also, Asian culture, that we tend to stay as good child, good children, and that's a good quality. So both aesthetically and both as a personal quality, I think Lisa is a very good role model. At the end, I'm very happy and feel grateful that Lisa got onto the podium with this award in her hand, because it's a very, as an artist, one of the most important things that you should do, and your role is to inspire people. And I think Lisa did a very good job of inspiring people, and not only inspire, she also be successful after her hard work. Talk about the trend and music, I think they will still stay in this battle for a very long time, and I just hope the best for her, because it's important that she inspire. And even at the beginning, I talk about the quality and energy. These things are things that really important, because when we talk about pop music, it's not just about the quality of music, it's also the quality of the marketing, the quality of the personality of people, of the person, of the artist. And when we talk about pop analysis, we don't just finish at song, because pop is not song, just song, it's everything mixed together. And MTV, it's a very good representation of something we call pop, and I'm happy that MTV also create a category called Best K-pop at the end. It really reflects that MTV have think through what pop is. Yes.
Anyway, I hope, and I'm pretty sure that the rest of Thai people hope as well, to see more and more artists, Thai artists on an international stage, like Lisa or even Millie. right
Yes,
now that we are
really,
seeing
yeah.
two
It's a
of
proper
them.
statement. She's another person.
Yes,
Yep.
but as I mentioned at the beginning of the program, I would like to see more Thai artists that has been branded by, the label Thai Nationals. And I hope that as a Thai one day, I hope to see that. But for today, Ajahn Ka, so I would like to thank you very much for sharing your thought and perspectives.
It's my
Such
honor,
a fun
really.
talk. Pardon?
It's my honor, really. Thank you to invite me to the program.
Thank you. I
The
feel like
interview.
I'm actually in the lecture.
Sorry, that's not a good sign.
Okay,ค่ะอาจารย์ for today. Thank you very much นะคะ and that's all for Voice of the Nation today. Stay tuned with us from Monday to Friday, 8 to 8:30 p.m. And you can also watch a rerun on our Facebook fan page, Nation Thailand, and also on our website, nationthailand.com. For today, I am Nina Nirasha Malisaklami. สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you for watching สวัสดีค่ะ